Hello. Just been looking at some details of the new Tesla Model Y that's just coming out. You see my videos, I'm sitting in one now. This is my Tesla Model 3. And the Model Y, to me, looks like a bit of a dream car. It seems to have all the bits which I would prefer on this. It's got a hatchback, which in Europe and the UK is very popular. Hatchbacks are very popular in the UK. And it's got a heat pump, which is a huge bonus. It's such an efficient way of heating the cabin. So that will increase the range. So that looks really, really desirable. Another thing I've noticed on pictures I've seen of it, it's got a glass roof. Of course, this has got a glass roof in two big slabs. But Tesla Model Y seems to have a very, very big single piece of glass in the roof. Now, what would be nice, and I'm certainly not knocking it because it looks like just about my dream car, what would be nice if this massive slab of glass in the middle of the roof was double glazed. It would be a bit heavier, but not massively heavier, but a little bit heavier, and that would keep the heat in and the heat out. That seems just wonderful. That would be really icing on the cake. Also, the other thing, but I'm dreaming a bit here. Well, the other thing would be is they've got if they got Tesla's 100 kilowatt battery and managed to shoehorn that in, making the car's range 400 miles regularly. That would be, well, perfection. That would be wonderful. That would be the dream electric car. The car to knock out all fossil cars, is finish them off 400-mile range. That would be absolutely great. So it's almost there. Electric cars only been around for what, 8 years in production, and I think they're just about there. Model Y, with my own personal I mean, I'm just a wally talking about these things, but my personal preferences, what a dream that would be. Double glazed roof and 100 kilowatt battery, super duper. I often go on about range is everything, and a huge battery is a good thing, and actual proper journalists talk about range doesn't matter. Well, actually, having a big battery is not just the range it gives you. A big battery lasts longer, because batteries don't like being charged up to 100%, and they don't like being charged fast or discharged fast. So a big battery you'd rarely charge it to 100%. A small battery, you'd probably charge it 100% virtually every time, like your iPhone. So a big battery would last longer because you're unlikely to charge it to 100%. You're unlikely to put it through the strain of harsh acceleration, harsh deceleration, because it's got a surplus of power. So the battery would have a really easy life. The bigger the battery, the easier life it's going to have. I mean, Tesla are bringing out eventually, but this is only for super rich people, not people like me. For young people with money, are bringing out a Tesla Roadster, which I think is going to be a couple £100,000. So that's, well, don't think about that. But what an amazing thing it is, because it's got a 200 kilowatt battery, a 600-mile range. To me, it sounds like a car which would never ever wear out. The battery being so huge, it's never going to be stressed. Never. Because you're never going to use that performance. Because the battery is just so big. You never need to charge it fully. It would never be punished by fast acceleration, because using the performance it's got, which is 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, you kill yourself before you kill the battery, that's for sure, because the performance was a little bit absurd, really, the performance. But the strain on the battery, no, there wouldn't be any strain on the battery. That is a car you could buy if you are young and have a couple of quid. You could buy it now or lease it now. Well, maybe buy it now, and it could be your forever vehicle. That battery, I just can't imagine you ever needing to replace that battery. It would be a totally unstressed part of the car with so much power to spare. So that would be the dream car, but not at my age because, well, time has passed, time has gone by. So, but for a young person who's got a few quid, don't go and buy your Porsche, don't go and buy your top of the range Mercedes, whatever. Go and get yourself a Tesla Roadster for life. I mean, it's got 4 seats, but, well, 2 seats and 2, well, children's seats, if that. But, as I say, it's a car that would last you for a long, long time. And it probably hold its value as well. So that would be quite nifty. Yeah. So, go for it, if you can, because it would be great. Yeah, what else is I going to say? Can't think of anything at the moment, but there was something I had in mind. But, oh yeah, well, by the by, as we all are all over the world at the moment, we're in a lockdown or in a certain state of flux about the oncoming virus, which is about, and its dire consequences, especially for old people like me. But this is just a side thing, and it probably shouldn't be thinking about it, but it's a side thing. Is this being an electric car, I charge it at home. I don't connect up with any dirty or any possible virus connections with any petrol pump or diesel pump. I know this is a bit of a spin-off and a bit of, you might say, well, this is just drivel, but you never know how prevalent this will become. And you charge an electric car at home, it's clean. Well, it's clean as you want it to be because you're the one in control of the bits and pieces. So you keep them clean. So perhaps that is another advantage of having an electric car besides the dozens that are about, like about not polluting the air, cheapness, and quiet, smooth. It goes on and on. So anyway, that's my bit upbeat today, really, except for the sad virus things. I mean, in the UK, we don't know what we're doing. That's really it. They say listen to experts. Goodness me, they haven't got a clue because they all contradict each other. So which expert do you fancy when you listen to things like this? It's one that suits you, I suppose. But that's not really my thing. It's not for me to say because I'm just a Wally sitting in his very nice Tesla Model 3. Well, it's leased because I couldn't possibly afford one because I haven't got the money. I mean, after this one's up in, 18 months' time, I'd love to get a Tesla Model Y if I survive the virus. But it's probably unlikely because it's probably out my reach financially. But anyway, dreaming is free, as Debbie says. So I shall go now and see you soon. Bye-bye.